The season finale of Euphoria was quite literally a doozy. We got to see Cassie and Maddy fight on stage. Rue and Jules had a lovely heart-to-heart moment, and Elliot sang that tiny song, which gave everyone 3 minutes to check Twitter. The firefight at Fez and Ashtray's apartment, which could have killed both of them, was perhaps the most significant of all the events. Or perhaps it's just one of them, or perhaps neither. The whole world, well, more like the entire Euphoria world, was shocked when Ashtray seemingly perished after giving up on the last episode. But since technically his body was never shown, could there be any possibility that Ashtray survived Euphoria Season 2 finale? We'll spill every detail why there is indeed a chance that Ashtray might have survived in the second season. But of course, before any of that, make sure first to hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell for more videos. And watch out for many spoilers ahead. Now, let's dive right in. If you need a quick recap of the events, here's what happened. Custer showed up at Ashtray and Fez's house in the final episode, and it's evident that he's working with the cops. As in his habit, Ashtray hurts Custer pretty bad. Fez begs Ashtray to let him take a fall because the cops are on their way. When Ashtray refuses, he gathers a slew of items and locks himself in the toilet. The FBI breaks into the house and engages in a shootout with Ashtray, who is hiding in the bathtub. Fez is shot by Ashtray in the thick of the chaos. The firing comes to a halt for a brief moment, and it appears like Ashtray has been shot. When an FBI officer enters the restroom and opens the door, he finds Ashtray laying on the ground, as if he is dead. However, it turns out to be a setup, and Ashtray sits up and shoots the FBI agent. The red dot on Ashtray then appears. As though a rifle is pointed directly at him, we hear a shot fired as the camera moves away from Ashtray. So, is he really dead? Well, that's a great question. Technically, we never see Ashtray's dead body, so sure, it's possible he's still alive, but it feels really unlikely. We did get to see Fez being taken away in handcuffs, very much alive, but we didn't get any signs of life from Ashtray. But Jason Walton, the actor who plays Ashtray, is not totally convinced he is dead, or rather, he hopes he is not dead. Man, I just hope he's alive, Walton told Esquire, because I'm sure he didn't just get shot one time by taking cover in the bathtub and getting shot through the wall. He went on to talk about what he thinks could happen in Season 3 if Ashtray somehow survived. With Fez in jail, I feel like he's going to get out no matter what. Walton says, I don't know how, but I feel like he's definitely going to be able to get out somehow, and Ash is definitely going to find a way back to him because that's the person he cares about most to him. That's what I would want to happen, is for Ash and Fez to reunite. People love the Ash and Fez duo. The Fez train. Okay, interesting. Nothing incredibly definitive here, but we're guessing if Euphoria creator Sam Levinson wants to pull a fast one on all of us, Walton has some plot ideas. However, even before Euphoria dropped that massive shocker on us in its finale, some say that the series has already told us or hinted to us what will happen to Ashtray's fate in the series. So, did we miss all the clues? Really, they literally showed us that Ashtray finale scene 7 episodes ago. Fans of the show have accused its creator and writer Sam Levinson of leaving too many storylines unresolved, and are unimpressed that they now have to wait for Season 3's estimated 2024 release to get answers. There was also confusion over Elliot's, played by Dominic Fike, 4 minutes musical performance, and several questions were raised about the fate of major characters. Fezco, played by Angus Cloud, is one of the characters to have been left in limbo, with viewers last seeing him being taken away by a SWAT team while suffering a gunshot wound to his abdomen. One thing that viewers can be a little more sure of is the demise of Fez's partner in crime, Ashtray, played by Javen Walton. After hurting Custer and shooting at the authorities while hiding in the bathroom, Ashtray was killed. The youngster's demise left viewers heartbroken, but some of the more observant among us weren't surprised, pointing out that Ashtray's fate had been evident since the first episode of Season 2. Over the last few weeks, more hints have been thrown both on screen and off screen. As previously stated, Ashtray's untimely death was essentially confirmed in the first episode of the season, which had Fez as the main character. Rue's narrative follows through Fez's upbringing in the episode, revealing that he was taken in by the grandmother, Mary, as a toddler, and that she was the one who introduced him to the drug trade. The roots of Ashtray are also revealed in this episode, with Rue saying that someone left their infant boy with Marie as collateral, but never came back to claim him. He earned his name after being caught as a toddler eating Marie's used smokes from an ashtray, and she and Fez took him under their wing and recruited him into their drug operation as soon as he was old enough. Discussing Fez's relationship with Ashtray in the narration, Rue explains Ash was his brother. He loved him like a brother. People have now pointed out that Rue's use of the past tense in this statement was a glaring clue that Ash would die, but most viewers didn't even pick up on it. Posting a clip of the moment to TikTok, one fan wrote, "I never noticed she was talking in past tense," meaning that it was obvious he was going to die all along and no one knew. Being saying this from the start, another claimed, while one more tagged a friend and boasted, "Told you, my detective skills." One commenter claimed that Rue constantly speaks in the past tense, but others countered that she only does so when describing previous events, not relationships or truths that are currently valid at the time she is speaking. As if that wasn't enough, it has now been revealed that we were all but shown Ashtray's demise in this episode in another subtle detail. A flash of the character's final scene is depicted through a yellow haze as Rue explained Fez's childhood head injury. This was his first dark spot. He didn't really remember anything for at least 2 months. She says, of course, just an occasional image and an overwhelming fear about who was gonna take care of Ashtray. In a blink and you'll miss it glimpse, Ashtray's face before the SWAT team shot him appears on screen. But of course, viewers had no way of knowing the sad context behind the scene at the time. It's also been said that the focus of episode 1 being Fez and Ashtray's relationship was a significant clue that the season will come full circle at the end with its destruction. Fez was generally assumed to be the character to perish before the finale aired, especially when the teaser for episode Air was published, which showed Fez appearing to be in pain as he lay on the floor. Fez has instructed Ashtray to flee, and that he'd take the fall for killing Custer in his final moments, but Ashtray refused and locked himself in the toilet with his item. We should have expected Ashtray to sacrifice himself before allowing anything to happen to his larger brother, as he has been extremely protective of him throughout the season. This was most evident in the opening episode of Season 2, when Ashtray ended Mouse because he thought Fez was in danger. He's also the one who keeps an eye on their home security cameras first to reach for a firearm if he suspects they're in danger. As a result, it's safe to presume that Fez would be safe as long as Ashtray was nearby. So, that's it. Perhaps Ashtray really isn't coming back for another season. But for fans, you shouldn't lose hope yet, because you know what they say, no body, no crime. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video. And if you haven't yet, make sure to watch our video, Euphoria Season 2 Episode 8 Ending Explained. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and smash that notification bell for more episodes.